AIM-listed Ariana Resources is a profitable gold mining company with assets based in Western Turkey. As well as providing shareholder value, it's supporting ongoing exploration and development. Dr. Kerim Sener is managing director and joins us now to discuss today's circular to shareholders in connection with the recent joint venture developments, and also talking about an increase in the JORC resource at the Magellan project in Cyprus. Kerim, good to talk to you again. Just update us today with the news out, and I know it's in connection with this recent JV.
Oh, well, good to join you, Jeremy. Thanks very much for having us again. That's right. So the update from last week related to the completion of the joint venture agreements. There are two agreements relating to two of our subsidiary companies in Turkey. And this morning's announcement relates to the circular that we've now distributed to shareholders. We're planning our shareholder general meeting on the 30th of this month. And then from there, we'll go on to hopefully ratify the agreement and move forward with the new joint venture. What that new joint venture will mean is that we're partly divesting our interests in Turkey. We're cashing out of those to the tune of $37.75 million. Özaltın Holdings, a large Turkish construction company with interests across the country, will be investing into the existing JV framework that we've already got with Proseer Construction. We'll be diluting our holdings to 23.5%. Likewise, our existing JV partners, Proseer, will be diluting to 23.5%, with Özaltın taking 53% of the overall business.
Now, you're getting money as a result of all this, aren't you? But of course, also in amongst the mix of what's been decided here, presumably with that reduction in exposure, shareholders get a reduction in profitability from the mines. Is that correct?
Well, actually, what we're doing is, in effect, bringing that cash flow forward. So by selling or divesting some of our interests now, we're bringing all of that cash flow forward. It gives us and arms us, actually, to enable us to go on and make other investments either in Turkey or outside of Turkey. Obviously, I'll come on to talk about Cyprus in just a moment, but we're very excited about that. But at the same time, keeping our foot in our Turkish operations, retaining that interest. Cash flow obviously will continue from the existing JV operations at Kızıltepe, certainly. We're planning an expansion of Kızıltepe operations, in fact. And then also the Tavşan project, which we're planning to bring on stream relatively soon. And then latterly, Solunbaş, which is the big 1.5 million ounce deposit sitting in northeastern Turkey.
Let me just bring up a share price just to remind ourselves as to what's happening with shares here in the London AIM market, just shy of 5.1 pence today. Just tell us about what's going on in Cyprus. You're saying you're very excited about what's happening there, and clearly, as you say, bringing this cash flow forward gives you the opportunity to reinvest that money, and I guess much of it is going in to the Magellan project.
Certainly a reasonable chunk is going into the Magellan project. We've invested so far 1.2 million euros. We've got another 1.8 million euros to spend to earn into our 50% of Venus Minerals. Venus Minerals owns the Magellan project. The Magellan project itself comprises three sectors: Kokinoya, Kliru and New Shah. Our announcement of last week related to an update of the resource for Magellan, principally establishing a new resource estimate for New Shah. And as it turns out, New Shah is a higher grade copper resource. There's associated zinc and gold there as well. And we're particularly excited with the gold content of these volcanogenic massive sulfide systems in Cyprus, which have largely been the gold aspect has largely been off the radar for very many decades, but it's certainly an integral part of how we move these projects forward and how we add value.
Yeah. Just one final question. This relates to COVID-19. How are you dealing with the lockdown? When we've spoken to you several times throughout the year, and you have been based in Perth. Are you getting a sense now that you really want to get back on site? I mean, I guess to a point, you can do much of your job remotely, but how much of the operations have been restricted because you are not being able to get to site?
Yeah, we've got a great team in Turkey and also in Cyprus, and those teams are to a very large degree autonomous. Certainly, I need to provide input in overall direction, but I can provide that from anywhere, really. It doesn't impact operations. The only thing that I would say is that as we were bringing our joint venture agreements together with Procea and with Özaltın, given the complexity of the agreements, the inability to travel, and that not just applies to me, but others as well, the inability to get together during critical phases over the course of the last year was obviously problematic. But, we dealt with it as best we could. I mean, we've got all the technology at our fingertips, so it hasn't really presented a huge problem.
Yeah, well, let's hope that 2021 brings about a better environment for us all, and we can get back together again in the studios in London as well. Kerim, thanks indeed. Yeah, indeed. Thanks indeed for your time. Once again, have a good Christmas and a new year, and we look forward to speaking to you in 2021. That's Dr. Kerim Sener. He's the Managing Director of Ariana Resources. For more videos from us here at IGTV, join us on Twitter @IGTV and subscribe to our YouTube channel.